Hey guys, early November here. I usually tape these things when I got nothing else to do, so which you'd think would be a lot more steady because I don't usually have much to do. So Prince George, which is middle of our province, 1986. I haven't pre-opened these, I just randomly selected them out of a pile. Wouldn't be surprised if that loader showed up in one of my videos back like 8-9 years ago. I was sitting in a field. International, they made an S, was it 5? 6 7s, S8. The 10 is the biggest. They had Detroit diesels in them. See, the 0 series were the dozers, the 5 series were the loaders. So starting right down to a 455 Deere, a little one was a track loader, 450 was a dozer, on and on. They even made the 650 dozer. There was a 655 crawler loader. And the 855 was the biggest crawler loader that Deere made. Whereas Caterpillar's biggest track loader was a 983. It was like a D8 with a front bucket. 941, they made 931, 951. (1976) with a pointy cab. I thought they were a little bit earlier than that. I thought they were square by then. The old original backhoes, they made a 300 as well, and later they became the 10 series. I bet there's more of these Washingtons, 78As, 78s in BC than there probably was in Washington. There's still a few around working. If you want to see good videos of that type of stuff, just go on the YouTube channel, Wheeler Equipment. Stu Wheeler there. Father and son outfit. They know all about that stuff. They got some good vintage footage. The good old classic D8 cat. Tell you, that should be the symbol on our money, on our nickels or dimes or quarters. I think we have beavers, and what else do we have? Mooses and ships. We should have a D8 on our money. The 7F. So I spent a little time, well, we had one for 9 years, my dad and I, a Beals brush rake. Good machine, but you certainly can put $60,000 into them, and that's not even doing the undercarriage. Engine oil goes into the torque converter, that and oil ends up going into the transmission, and one overfills and underfills, and it goes into the final drives, overfills them. So. But they still kept running. They're cool because they took 30 weight in the engine, 30 weight in the transmission, so pretty universal. Poke lane. There's probably a lot more poke lane 90s than 115s around. There's another 1976 pointy cab. That airplane there is probably worth more now than it sold for then. And one more. This one's in nice order. That's a lot of backhoes. 1, 2, 3 rows, another couple half row. Wow. That's a sight. No idea what the Tom Ferry Company was. They were contractors, or a dealership. Someone will know. So that is a pretty big dint of equipment to put into the market. Even if it was 40 years ago, or 35. That's a rare one. John Deere 84. It's like Terex built a baby loader too, but their smallest one, but it wasn't built by Terex, it was built by Hanamag. It was just rebranded. I know because I had one, and I took the Terex emblem off it, and it's hanging in my man cave. Plastic. Well, here in BC or Canada, you would not get a human being in one of these machines there to spend a career day after day after day with no glass and heater. it would not happen. But just the word Texas, I'm sure you get rain in all the different weathers there. I've never been there, but probably a lot nicer climate. Up here all it does is rain. Why it's not raining today, I don't know. It rained yesterday. It shows rain for the next 14 days on the forecast, which is pretty normal. A lot of deers. Well, there's what I spoke of earlier. There's the rare 655. Oh, there's another good example. No, I didn't open these before. I haven't looked at these. So that the 55 series in a deer is always the loader. Yes, 450 was a loader and 450 was a dozer as well. But the 455 was not a dozer. It's the first generation of some Hitachi parts starting to make their way on there. It's like a UHO cab. And deer with their C, they ran those right up to what, 1987, that style. They just would not let go of their famous 690 style. I'm not questioning this, but I'm questioning it. That does not look like a 690. That almost looks... because I made an 892 in that style. Just looks a little bit... looks too big for a 690. I learned on one of those. Dad had one on the back of the John Deere 450. Boom on the left, stick on the right. You'd knock the two top pins out with cotter pins to the inside. Then you'd push the stabilizers down and they would come out of these little U-shaped little ears. You'd lift it up and you'd shut the machine off, disconnect the two quick couplers. Or you'd drive ahead, lift it up, drive ahead, a foot, 16, 18 inches, just enough to squeeze in between. Then shut it off, disconnect, reconnect on the tractor side, and off you went. And they would always bleed back down. Right, hope you liked it.